I have 7 o'clock, please join us in pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, we come to you tonight with full hearts, Jesus, that we're going to be able to celebrate your birthday in a couple of days. We pray that you will be with us in this meeting, give us wisdom and guidance to do your will. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Have we got it? Shane, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, on the agenda, do we have any additions or deletions? We're gonna need 2 executive sessions tonight, one for non-elected and one for pending litigation. So we'll be making that plural. Any other additions or deletions?
Make a motion to accept the agenda.
Second. Got a motion by Justin and a second by Ernie to accept the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Minutes. We've got 2 sets of minutes here. One from the 2 December meeting and then last week on the 16th. They're unapproved. They were on your, should have been on your table tonight. Just the lack of the quorum.
I make a motion to approve the December 2nd, 2025 minutes.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion by Betsy and a second by Ernie to approve the 2 December's minutes. Do we want to go ahead and make a motion to take the lack of a quorum since it was printed out? I have to sign it, so we probably should make a motion on that.
Make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
I've got a motion by Ernie and a second by Linda to approve the December 16th unapproved minutes for rescheduled to tonight for lack of a quorum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes on both. Treasurer reports.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
I got a motion by Betsy, I think I heard Justin second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Treasurer reports passed. Municipal court report.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Ernie,
Second.
second by Jessica, to approve the municipal court report. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Municipal court report. Or, excuse me, warrant register.
Motion to approve warrant. Second.
Got a motion by Ernie and a second by Justin to approve the warrant register. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Excuse me, let me interrupt. My video is on, but I don't think the city is on, I can't see the video.
Okay.
I can hear it, okay, but I just don't have any video.
Is that gonna go on, Ernie, or is it?
There we go.
There we go, that's good,
Okay.
thank you.
Welcome. Okay, under the visitors, we have Mr. David O'Banion here for a water leak adjustment. Please step forward.
Evening. Apparently I had a water leak on the unit that I have that's not yet remodeled over on the 4 units on 6th Street. With a sum of about $1,900. Wanted to see if I could get some type of one-time reduction on that.
Okay, council, I had, Crystal, you put a sheet in your packet last week. You can locate that sheet, we'll walk it through, but
For the source of the leak,
Not sure, we just shut the water off that unit, it hadn't been remodeled yet, so positive what it was. My first inclination of it was when I got the water bill, so I went over and just shut the water off to the unit, and it'll be over there in about 30 days to start the remodel process. But it is not currently leaking at this time, so.
okay, what we have is a water bill only of $1,171.49.
Water bill and then a sewer bill of, sorry, I didn't bring my glasses.
Right.
Looks like total bill is 1936, partial of that is 1171 for water and 538.90 for sewer.
how much was the sewer? 530.
538, pardon me, 80.
So, I mean, being that, why I asked where the leak was, cause I didn't know if it went into the ground or into the sewer system. So I have to assume that it went into the sewer system, I guess, because they're assessing both usage and sewer, water and sewer for this.
I was under the presumption that your water, it automatically figured into the sewer system.
That, well, I mean, say it's a water main that, you know, frozen, busted and leaked in the ground, it didn't go into the sewer system then, right?
Right.
So then we have to look at it that way, but means that that's why I asked, so we don't know, so
Yeah.
therefore we're just gonna have to.
We just shut it off, I shut it off with the hot water heater, and that solved the leak.
So, I guess.
So your main's still on at the house?
Yeah, there's 3 other units operating off that main, so they're all.
What was the address, I'm sorry?
This is the 4 apartments behind.
It's the little apartments behind the old, building.
Okay.
Right, we remodeled 3 of those, and the 4th one we haven't got to yet, and so apparently, I don't know what happened on it. It just, I received the bill and went in, and the other 3 were fine, and so I shut the water off on that one, and then, Crystal said they went back out and looked at it, and the meter wasn't moving anymore,
So it's 1 meter per 4 buildings?
Right. Right.
Anyway, council, what I had Crystal do is, as you can see on your sheet, you've got basically 3 proposals there. A 50% credit on the water only, and a 25% credit, and then a wholesale. And as of right now, the sewer is still on the bill, right? Okay. So that $500 and odd is still chargeable as well.
How much was your water bill the month before?
So on the average, he uses about 3,000 gallons a month.
Wow.
So anyways, he's got a major leak on that unit, so.
Roughly
And he
92.
hasn't been there a year yet to get the sewer average on the water usage, so that's why the sewer is so much.
Mhm. We can sell him the water at wholesale, just like we've done before in the past. But you are gonna repair the unit and you rent it out, and
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Ernie to credit the water at wholesale.
I'll second it.
Got a second by Chuck. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
See the utilities clerk tomorrow. You do?
You thank you.
Like I said, we'll stop there, we'll talk on later.
Crystal, would you adjust the camera back to the right just a little so I can see the full council, please? That's good, right, no, go back to that, go back the other direction,
Alright.
go back the opposite direction, which would be.
It's not really enough.
It moved before we went too far, I just need to come up and go a little to my left, which I suppose is more got to do your right. That's it, that'll work great, thank you.
All right. Ms. Tammy Basham is next. Subject unknown.
That's not totally true. What I had originally asked to be put on the quorum for got solved when I come out and talked to the ladies at the city office, so I'm not here to discuss that. But Amy asked me if I wanted to go ahead and talk to the council about the business that I'm getting ready to open here in the city. My dream's always been to provide health care to my hometown, and I'll see that become a reality by opening my own medical clinic. It's going to be called Hometown Medical Clinic LLC. This will be a cash-only clinic. I will not accept or bill any type of insurance. I will provide receipts to patients who want to turn it into their insurance, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I see a need for people who do not have insurance to have an affordable option for health care. My plan is to be open in January of 2026. Right now, since I also work another job, the plan is to be open 2 to 3 evenings a week from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And I'm going to try being open one Saturday a month from 10 to 1. Those hours will be subject to how busy I get. My plan is for office visits to be $35. I will also do home visits if needed or requested by patients, and those visits will be $45. I will have some IM medications available in the clinic, like antibiotics, steroids, migraine, or nausea medication. Those charges will be 10% over my cost. I am buying all my meds down at David's, trying to keep it local. I will not stock any narcotics in the clinic, and this will be posted in the clinic and on the door of the clinic. I do have labs available. Those will be drawn at my office, and those will be at my cost plus $2 for supplies. This is with a nationally accredited lab, and I will have those results in 1 to 3 business days. An example is that I can do a CBC in the office, which is a complete blood count, for under $7. I can do what I consider a full workup for a health care, for a yearly physical, for under $40. So I have tried to find things that's gonna fit into being affordable for my patients. I have found a local business in Oswego, Focal Point Imaging. She is also a cash-only business. X-rays and having it read by a radiologist, I can order for under $100. Ultrasounds and EKGs and those reports are read by radiology or cardiologists for under $200. That's the total thing. It won't be, they're getting a bill from the place that took it and then a bill from the place that read it. It's one and done. I will have the ability to do simple suturing in the clinic. This service would be provided during clinic hours and after hours if I'm available. Pretty much that's if I'm home. I'll run across the street and do those types of visits. I will also have IV fluids to treat dehydration. Cost for these services will be $100. I'm trying to work with David about getting a tetanus vaccine in the clinic because I feel like if I sew you up, I ought to be able to offer you tetanus. Cost will be the deciding factor on that. I would also like to provide toenail trims for $15. This is not a pedicure. I'm not gonna be polishing nails, things like that, but this will be a service for some of our older adults who aren't able to do those things for themselves due to mobility issues. I want to provide medical care where the patient is the most important reason for the care and not the computer or the insurance company. By being able to order labs and x-rays, I will be able to tell the patient the cost and will not have to get a prior approval before it's done if the patient and I agree that it is needed. It will be the same way with the x-rays. Patients can still use their insurance and get those services in other places. I can write those orders and they can get services wherever they would like. But I believe patient care is patient choice. I have business cards if anybody wants them, but if you guys have any questions.
Like a couple cards.
It is gonna be at 621 Cherry Street, which is the little apartment that's right across the street from my house.
Tammy, are you a nurse practitioner or physician assistant?
I'm a nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner. Thank you.
It's really cool, I like them.
Okay, I think what I'd like to do, since we've got the Canards way down on the list, is go ahead and bring you guys on up and since Sally's here, we could all get this 309 Maple Street under new business, that contract. Just to kind of fill in the blanks here, that was supposed to happen. The closing on it last, I don't know, week, 10 days ago. And the title company didn't see where we had actually, as a governing body, approved the sale of the property, Mr. and Mrs. Kennard. Even though we had made a motion to allow me to sign the contract to list it for a certain amount, it didn't actually say that we were allowing me to sign for selling it. So the other side of the issue, and I think Aaron's going to address this, is the tower down there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, one correction, it's not 309, it's 00 Maple, and you didn't have an address on our listing. I just don't
You know,
know.
if you go into the county tax, it's
Okay.
30, because that other one's 303, that was, if you go look at the county tax site, it is 309 or 311, something like that,
Okay.
so.
Alright, I just don't want to get so far in that we have to do it again.
That's what he brought.
Thank you. Aaron's next.
We got one. Everybody got one? You brought plenty?
So I guess why I'm here is, we was like you said, we were supposed to close maybe last Wednesday, I don't know what it was, and my realtor had called me and said that, we got a couple of problems. One of them, he said we're gonna have to delay it due to the lack of quorum. And he said the other one, and I don't know if this is 100% correct or not, but, he told me that, city says we're not taking the tower down. So, my problem with that is we have a signed contract based on that realty description. And if there was a problem taking the tower down and the city didn't feel they could comfortably do it, a respectful phone call would have said, hey Aaron, said, we don't know that we can do it, can we work something out? And like I said, I don't know if the information that I got from my realtor is right, but he just said, the city said they're not taking it down, and that disappoints me. That nobody called me and said, we're not gonna do it. City can't do it, so we're not gonna do it. So I guess first thing, I wanna know if that is true. And
We've been up there with both bucket trucks, first one, to see if they were tall enough. Our bigger bucket truck was not tall enough yet. I've been kind of looking around for equipment to get up that high. It's about 55 foot tall. We gotta at least have something 60 foot tall to get on top of it, properly attached to it without worrying about anything teeter or anything like that. I've called a few places around, I just haven't found nothing quite yet there on that. It hasn't gone unforgotten yet.
so your intention is still to take it down.
Is
So
that-
I wanted to clarify
I
what the
haven't
realtor
cleared that.
told me.
I haven't
Not
cleared-
this realtor, a different
Yes.
one.
I haven't cleared that with everybody, but I'm still trying to find possible solutions to take it down.
There's a bucket truck in town that's got a 55-foot pole.
Do what now?
There's a bucket truck in town that can reach 55 feet.
Is there a bucket?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have access to this bucket truck?
But I don't know, I didn't know there was a problem here, and only got all in the hour, went up there and looked at it to see if we could drop this thing.
How high are the cables mounted on it?
Oh, they're
Mid-
half-
mid-
half-
mid-
So you only have to cinch above half to take it down anyway.
That's right.
It's not gonna fall. Once you're halfway above the pivot point, you can get the cables off. If it's up high enough to get the cables off, you can take it down easily.
Yes. That would be at 30 feet.
So that's mainly why I was here,
Okay.
I was,
And I can throw my 2 cents into there.
yes,
The confusion was about who owned the tower. We were under the impression that Junction not only had their satellites on it, but they actually owned it. When time came for them to remove their equipment, they went out and got their dishes and they were done. That's when
So they abandoned the property.
well, it wasn't theirs, but
Oh.
that's when we realized that the tower belonged on the property. So the city superintendent went down and got in the bucket truck and went up and looked at it, and it is a bolted sectional type tower. I went and looked too. I pretty much turned that over to Justin, this week. We're looking at some.
So this is like a triangle piece that's been put together, bolted together.
Yeah, it
and
comes
raised
in
up.
about 10-foot sections.
it ain't very big,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, if, you know, I mean, if that was my main concern was, or my main
Yeah. I don't think
I
anybody's,
was told that city refused to do it, said they wasn't gonna do it, it was unsafe, they couldn't do it, and tough.
well, that's what our city employees felt. It was beyond their capability.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't have the equipment to do that. So is that a done deal, like you don't want it if we can't take the tower down? I mean, I'm asking.
No, it's not necessarily a done deal. I would like the respect to say, hey, Mr. Bernard, I know we have a contract and we can't do this. Can we work something out? Because I would work something out, because I want the property.
I think whatever was said to you was said without having all of the ducks in a row. Honestly, I think it was just kinda said to you before, cause this is the first time that it was brought to my attention, and you know, if it's brought to my attention, I'm at least gonna go down there and look at it. So,
I don't know.
I personally went and looked at it a couple of times, I could tell you, I wouldn't be scared. Probably shouldn't say that, but I wouldn't be scared to push it over with my Bobcat straight that way. It's not a very big town. I just want afforded the respect when it comes to say, hey, we can't do this, can we work something out? And I'm not talking reimbursement, we'll figure something out. But
I don't
I
know.
want to work with the city.
I don't know that anybody in this room talked to your realtor at all. Now, Sally, did you talk? Okay. What was said was what we have relayed as far as I know. We never have said we wouldn't do it. It was just how we were gonna get about doing it if we decided. And then, honestly, it did come up that it was not in the contract, written. But
It is not in the contract, but the contract was signed on that legal, or on that description.
Yeah, it was in the description.
That's what I signed the contract on, that description,
and the listing.
the listing.
Right. So, here we are.
Correct.
we apologize to
You
you.
don't have to apologize, there was some confusion. Well, I'm sure we can work it out, but
What I'd like to do is get this closed, by the end of the year, of course. If we can, agree that, you know, we've got a handshake agreement that the tower will be removed within a reasonable amount of time.
with whose hand I shake?
Well, that would be this governing body here.
But who's gonna take it down?
We're gonna,
I've already shook three hands, that's not-
we're not gonna.
55-foot tall poles that's putting, taking that little
Okay,
tower
who's
down.
gonna take it down?
I'll take that
Thank you.
pole truck out there.
There you go.
You gotta look at 30 feet.
So my understanding, just so we close this up, and we probably need to have a motion on this, council, since an agreement was made. But we're supposed to set up closing, I think, for tomorrow, is that right, Sally,
I
at 2?
believe Cody said tomorrow at 2. I don't
If
know
we
if
can
that's
work
in
this
stone.
out tonight.
If we could work this out, he wants to close tomorrow.
Okay. So somebody on council needs to make a motion that we made an agreement and what was said here.
I'll make that motion that we made an agreement, we're gonna look into this, and we're gonna take this tower down.
From the city
Second
perspective.
it.
I'll second you.
Okay, I got a motion by Ernie and a second by Chuck that the city will be removing the tower off the property.
Thank you all.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all.
Do you need any clarification from me or any kind of update?
You'll be there tomorrow?
2 o'clock, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve? Are they
Yeah.
doing it?
He didn't tell me what time.
Okay, he told me 2, so I did not hear from Ty.
I'll see y'all there. Unless
So
I'm
we need
notified.
that extension signed,
Yeah.
and then I'll write up something
Bob,
on
do you need
Ty.
that in motion that you can sign this closing?
Yes.
We need to go ahead and
Sure.
get that shit.
You still have the fire department's fireworks stuff in there?
No, it was out.
Okay,
Um,
I looked in there the other night at
there
the
may
Christmas
still be
parade.
some more tubes in there, I'm not for sure.
There was a bunch of tubes in there at the night of the Christmas parade, but
Okay, I will get that
That's
up,
Aaron, you might want to sign this.
Nicole too.
Yeah, because you're both in.
Okay, I'll take it back there.
We won't need it anymore, it's just the extension,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Right, so we're gonna need a motion to sell it.
Yep, now I need a motion from the council to sell the property for $20,000 and move the tower.
Make that motion.
Extension, this
And
is
I'll be
the
allowed
extension
to-
for extending the closing date.
I got a motion by Ernie and a second by Betsy to sale of the property at $20,000 minus tower removal. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
Shane, you good with that?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go around the horn now. Crystal, what do you got? Thanks. I think
don't have anything.
Sally needs it.
Oh.
She just needs it. Probably give it to Cody. Copy. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not needed any further.
No ma'am. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
Will you email that to me?
Yes, oh yes.
Okay, Crystal? While I'm thinking about it, we never finished the conversation, but I'm gonna go ahead and state for the public, information. We have a problem with people using the dumpsters in the parks for their personal, trash. We think it's being brought to town from out of town and dumped out in our dumpsters.
Pull the dumpsters.
We pulled the dumpsters, in the East River. And then Friday, I went out to Elmore and somebody had decided to use it instead, so. Did we pull that one today?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's sad that we gotta do that, because I think the trash is gonna end up on the side of the highway if they don't have an easy place to dump it, but,
Or over the bank.
or into the river, yeah, but.
They have the option to sign up for carrying trash and bring it out here to the city office.
I would say post that out there and then say we have a dumpster for your overage at the city office and post that for people to know once again. And,
The problem is,
just put more of your polys when you're gonna have campers. That's your answer. If you're gonna have, large camping, then if you can't leave a dumpster, then you have to put your polys out there for your campers because
right,
you're obligated to give them a place to put their refuse.
oh, I didn't say it, but we just pulled them for the winter. But when there's a ball game going on out there, we need to make an effort to put a couple of polys out there.
I've got a couple polys out there now.
Okay. I hate to do that, but we went ahead and made a command decision, especially, and we'll get into this in a little bit, with the transfer station, the amount of that they're trying to raise the price per ton. We can't afford for non-paying citizens of wherever to be dumping their trash for free on us. And it was overflowing and they didn't even flip the lid over to keep it from blowing into the next yard. So we'll go ahead and put that on the city Facebook page like you wanted to do. Thank you. Okay, city clerk.
I just have two things. First, on behalf of all the city employees, we want to thank you guys for our Christmas party. That was a lot of fun. It was very much appreciated, so thank you for that. And then my other thing is, as a council member, if you're not going to be able to make it to a meeting, if you could just shoot me a text so I will know, that would be great. Okay. Thank you. That's all I got.
City attorney?
Well, I can jump ahead if you want. On Igo's restitution, we didn't get any service on our job and address, so we were informed of the new address. Now it's resent by certified mail return receipt, requested the same letter as previously on December 11th. I believe I gave her a 5-day response time, and once it's received. I have not received any return mail from the post office yet. So if we get to like the first week of January and there's no service on her, I can prove to the court that I've attempted on twice now to give her a demand letter, and I will go ahead and prepare the documents for Jason to act as our process server, and we can proceed and file our petition and he can run her down and serve. On the sewer tap fee ordinance, I've prepared it. We adjusted it yesterday because of the change in dates of the meeting, so I think it's prepared. On the maximum occupancy ordinance, as I indicated before, I can write one if you would like me to. But I actually think Jason of the fire department could simply make a determination, and we could post a sign to the effect that occupancy of the room is limited to 65. And then I realize that you probably want me to put on pending litigated, that's executive session, so I'll say that.
Okay. I'm gonna apologize, the fan, I had to shut the fan off, I could just barely hear you. You said that Justin needs to do a letter for the max occupancy?
Let me start over.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's fine, that's fine. I originally sent a letter, return receipt requested, certified mail, to her job and address. There was no response. We got notice of a new address, and on December 11th, I resent the same letter to her, to the new address. As of yesterday, we don't have any indication of receipt or return address yet. I can now demonstrate to the court that I have at least on 2 attempts tried to give her a demand letter. And I won't attempt a third, and we may still get a response on that letter. But if we don't, I'm assuming by the first week of January or just past that, and I haven't done this because I don't want to run up to the hill, I would go ahead and then file a motion in order to have Jason declared as our process server in district court because he's an authorized law enforcement officer. And then I would file the petition and we would allow him to serve her and start the process. The other point is the sewer tap fee ordinance, which I had prepared last time, but we had to change the date of publication because of lack of a quorum, and that's been done, and it just will require my signature, but it's prepared to go. And then the maximum occupancy ordinance, I don't know, I'll do an ordinance if you'd like, but I don't think we need one. I actually think that probably Justin as fire chief can just make that determination and we can post a sign that the maximum occupancy of the room is limited to 65 people. The only other issues will be those regarding the potential litigation, which is reserved for executive, so I don't have any comment on that yet.
Okay, and let me back up to Officer Eckler. Did you say that the address we initially sent it to was no good anymore?
Well, it was a Joplin address, which is what we had for her residence.
Uh-huh.
Jason later informed us of a new address, and due to that, on December 11th, I resent by certified mail return receipt requested to that new address.
Okay. Is that any closer to where we're at versus Joplin, that address?
Yes, it's in Kansas.
Okay, great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Let's go ahead and make a placard of it and have Justin sign it as the fire chief for 65 max. We'll probably put 2 or 3 in the room up in a frame or something. Okay, thank you, Shane. Is that it?
That's it, thank you.
Okay. So you'll notice we had, go ahead.
I have a question. I know I was sitting here I listened to the video when he said 65. Does that include the council and the employees, or was that just this area?
That was everybody.
Because there's 4 exits from the room, because you'd said there's only 2.
There's 2 exits.
There's an
Those
exit.
are not exits, those are other rooms, those are not exits.
You can get outside through both of them.
Well, you can, once you go far enough. But that didn't make any determination from what the fire marshal had told me. He said 1 exit, you can only have a max occupancy of, don't hold me to it, but I wanna say it's 40. 2, that kind of opens it up to a lot more, and then they kind of gave us the rule of thumb on the amount of people per square footage. And when we figured out the square footage per this room, you can fit a whole bunch of people in.
Well, I knew
We
you'd
don't
said
want
that,
people sitting
but
on tables.
yeah.
So what I did was I figured out our council area for the people that sat here, and then I figured out the square area of where that is at right there per people being able to stand and sit, which was about 6 square foot per person, and that's how I came up with that number right there. And that, I mean, I don't think we've ever seen more than that, but that was kind of the way to keep it organized and everything like that, not people standing on top of each other and over here in the meeting area.
Because I mean, by the council, the mayor, the city clerk, city employees, you're taking more than 10% of what can legally be in the room to be just required to be here for the meeting, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember how many people I had to figure out.
Okay.
So, do we want to make a motion?
I think we made that.
We did.
Made it last
Okay.
time.
All right, good enough. Please do.
Do you need a motion for the sewer tax?
Yeah, we do. I was gonna tell you, it's on your,
Telephone business.
yeah, it's under, that we get. It's, what should have been a copy of ordinance number 1008. So we can go ahead and pass that ordinance if you want to now.
Make a motion, pass ordinance number 1008.
Okay, I've got a motion by Ernie and a second by Betsy to pass city ordinance number 1008 to amend chapter 15, article 4, sewers, section number 15-403, permit connection fee. This basically, not basically, it raises the tap fee to $750. There are some work orders that will be grandfathered under this change. So, and we already know who they are, and they know. The reason for it, the city doesn't have the capability of doing this work, and it has to be farmed out right now. And so we have to pay the contractor that amount of money. So we don't make any. Okay, let's get the police chief up if he has anything, get him out of here.
No, no.
I'd ask for an update on the post office, vandalization, if you.
Yeah, we're actually working on that. I've gotta check on some other cameras tomorrow. The cameras that I was looking at are gonna be like 3 weeks out. And I don't think that they're gonna wanna wait that long, but they're locking the doors right now. I'm gonna go up and have a meeting with her tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and see what we can figure out to set up some kind of a sting to catch them.
Are your officers on duty gonna open and close the door?
No, we have to have permission for that, and they haven't given us a key yet, so we have no way to do that. I think they're locking it up at 4 o'clock when they leave, and they'll open it up in the morning right now.
By tomorrow noon, I'd like to put something on the city Facebook page if that door's gonna be locked other than normal hours, because they're probably not gonna be there either if we're not here working. And let our citizens know that the post office is not gonna be accessible to them. They can still do the drop box outside, but for those of you that don't know, this is the 4th incident at our post office, I was told. And I went down and looked for myself, and somebody had pried three post office box doors open.
More than that, according to Rebecca,
Okay.
a few more than that.
Yeah,
Rebecca was down there when I was there.
we've got 9 total right now, but we're not the only post office, so they've hit about 11 cities over the last 3 weeks, and it's repetitive. They're just going in a great big circle. So from Crawford County down to Cherokee County here, and then making their way back up, so.
And some of the boxes that they're picking is curious to me. And another problem is, as you well know, when you drive down the street, you cannot see people that are at the post office boxes through the wall. The design is lacking, but nothing we can do about that at the moment.
But if that's a federal building, would that be the post office that would be that's their responsibility to put up the cameras, right?
It is, but we're looking at doing a sting. The post office, they've talked to their investigators and they've done absolutely nothing.
I think it's actually personally owned.
It is personally owned.
The building is, they rent it.
Yeah, so, and they have nowhere really to put anything up, so the whole idea is to set something up that we're gonna go over tomorrow.
So when I was a child, it got broke into by my little sister, and another friend of hers went in and broke a couple windows on post office boxes and would open them, and one night Don Smith or somebody was in there and grabbed their arm, and then parents got called, and that was the end of the
And that's another point I'll make too, is that these new boxes, they don't have the see-through windows in them like the old wooden ones used to have. So these people couldn't know what was in those boxes, unless they had inside information maybe. But anyway, just wanted to let the public know about that. We'll be putting something up on the city Facebook page tomorrow. The doors are gonna be locked. Okay, let's go around the horn. Jessica, what do you have?
I have nothing.
Okay, Linda?
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Justin?
The only thing is, Jan Mays, I talked to a few meetings back about her, writing grants for the fire department. We, put one in for the Kansas State Fire Marshal's grant. It was a 100% grant. We were awarded 3 sets of bunker gear. Wow. It's about $3,800 a set, so she did a very good job on that. The city did a good job. We're in the process of getting 3 guys fitted now.
Thank you. Chuck, where you at?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Betsy?
The only thing I have is I thought I saw a new building going up the other day, but I don't remember where it was. I'll try to find it.
They,
for you.
they've been stopped.
Pardon?
They've been stopped at, 6th and,
Mulberry.
yeah, somewhere right around there.
Okay,
They've been informed, and they've got the building permit, it's just
okay.
the time has to pass the 10-day period.
Well, I just didn't remember seeing it go through, so I thought, well, I gotta write this down and then I'll.
There's a shed of some sort going up across from the school. Are you aware of that one? To the north,
Looks like about an 8 by 8.
so it's within limits,
Oh, yes, they called me.
did they? Okay.
What house is that?
It's in, between, I think Archer's Place and the corner, out in that empty field,
Saunders.
where the Lammers were.
Yeah.
Okay. Ernie, what you got? Old business, Willow Street lift station repair. Chuck?
Yep, the only thing I've done is, antifreeze stuff changing it, and the switch put in the top of it, but I have not wrapped the exhaust yet.
Okay, storage container ordinances, in other cities. If you all remember, last time you had a sheet put in your packet that I had put together, cut and pasted out of a lot of things that Shane had provided. If you agree with what's on that sheet, we can go forward. The one stipulation that Shane had was he would like, if you'll recall, he would like for us to determine at the point of inspection of a building inspector whether it would be a permanent or a temporary container. I talked with Amy about it, and this is, the building permit application is a self-generated form by the city, so we can make changes to it. I would just like to add the question to this form: is this a permanent or a temporary structure, and let them answer it when they apply for the building permit. If that's agreeable to you all, that sounds like an easy way to ask a question to me, and we'll go ahead with the ordinance as written here. Shane, what do you think about that? Hey, we don't have it. Can't hear you.
He muted himself.
I had a cough, so I muted my microphone. I think we need some language. The council has to decide what they want, but we have to speak to, the permanency situation or temporary. And if it's temporary, set guidelines about the duration. And these are things that you folks need to figure out.
Right.
As Ernie said many times, look, somebody will come in and say, well, I want to put this container down here because I'm going to do some construction and I want to store stuff, but it won't be permanent. And I presume that, I don't know what the city wants. I mean, if you have no objection to people just bring them in as a permanent structure, then you can do that. You have to provide for proper foundations, etc. Which I think is spoke to in what you've sent me. But I just want to be certain that we cover all the bases on this permanent versus temporary issue.
Well, I don't think temporary would fall under the same structural issues that a permanent one would be, if it's just gonna be there for 6 months or so. That's my thinking on the difference between permanent and temporary.
Yeah, but you can set a temporary one up on railroad ties, but I stopped and talked to that guy. There's a little eating place there just east of this light there, Pete's. And they put 2 containers in there, and they're permanent. I asked him if they're permanent, and he said, yeah, I bought food there. But they had to put footings down. They had to put foundation down just like a house if it was permanent. And they poured concrete in and set them up and leveled them up and tied them together. They're permanent there now. There's two 45-footers tied in an L shape there.
And that's exactly why I thought we should ask the question in the beginning.
Yeah.
What is your intent?
Well, that way if they're permanent, then, I mean, we've got it put down on here that it has to be put on a firm foundation and everything like that with rock. We just need to add if it's temporary that either we or need to negotiate a set amount of time.
I see everything on this page as doable. I see it all as doable as far as, answering questions, and, the first question that should be said on anything is if it is temporary or permanent. And if it is, then it's gonna go with a different structure on what we're gonna put under it as far as the foundation. So,
like question number one is, it requires a building permit. If we put the question on here about temporary or permanent, then.
well, I mean, if you attach it to your property and it's bigger than a 10 by 10, then therefore it is an addition to, and as it goes along, the life of this building can have a roof, probably can have a lean-to put on it, probably have another attachment put onto it. So the structure's gonna expand.
And that's the real point, is if it goes on the tax.
Yeah, permanent on the tax.
Well, I mean, if it's anything bigger than 100, then it's going to.
That's what I was gonna ask, how are you putting 8 by 20, which is 160 square feet, and allowing them to be temporary, cause anything over 100 square feet has to go on the tax roll.
Only if a person would come in and say, you know, I'm bringing this in just to move my furniture out of my house to protect my furniture. I don't have a building, and I'm redoing the floors in my building. That's what we were told. And so that's all we can go with, is somebody tells us they're gonna do something, then we're gonna give them a timeline. And they could probably come back and say, look, I'm done with my house now, I moved my furniture back, now I want this to be permanent. Therefore, the building instructor can go out there and say, okay, we need to put a pad underneath this building or what? So, but it's still gonna add to the taxation of the property.
But if they fill out the building permit to start with, then I have to send it in to the county when they do that.
So the county's gonna be aware that it's gonna have an additional structure on the building, and when it's removed, it's up to them to say that it's removed.
And if
That's a
we
good
wish to
point.
allow someone, to do that, we probably need to put a time limit in the ordinance, and they could always come before council and explain why they needed more time, if their rendition of their home wasn't corrected. Those are just my concerns. You know, when we don't get in a situation where we're stuck because it's supposed to be permanent or temporary and it ends up permanent. That's my only concern.
Well, and on the letter that they fill out on the building permit, it says it's only good for 6 months anyway.
Right.
So,
Okay, well, I haven't seen that document, so.
okay, we'll get you a copy of it. But if everybody's in agreement, then we'll just go forward. So,
All right.
This protects both the owner of the property and the city. So, and that's all we can ask for, in my opinion.
okay, you wanna make a motion on that then, Ernie?
Sure. I'll make a motion that we, start, we accept chapter 4 of 210, shipping storage containers into ordinance.
Okay, I got a motion by Ernie, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got a second by Justin. Let me have you recuse yourself as building inspector on that. Got a second by Jessica. All those in favor? Opposed? And one abstains. Thank you. And I'll do the wordsmith and then change the form if you want me to as well. Russell Creek Engineering. I think that is probably in Chuck's ball field there.
Yeah,
Have we got anywhere on that second pole?
Miles marked everything out over there for where that conduit comes into the building, cause they couldn't tell what it was, and they don't know how deep it is, and Miles didn't know how deep it is, and I got a hand dig down till I hit that conduit. And they're gonna pay, when I talked to him, he said they'll pay to have that conduit removed over where it's at, and then put up that pole and tie it in, because they don't want to tie it in from the ground over there. So, but I gotta go over and hand dig that. I try to get over, I got 3 days next week that I gotta be out of town.
We probably could afford to give you some help digging, personnel wise too.
Okay. Yeah, I hope the marking's still over there. It was over there the last time I looked at it. It's been about 10 days.
What about the second pole? Have we sunk that for the platform yet?
No, that's where they hand dig around, because that's where we gotta run the auger down. If we hit that conduit there, then they're out of business.
Okay, I got you.
Get that power line.
Thank you. Okay, we got, sealed bids on city vehicles. If y'all remember, there was, 4 out of the 5 didn't sell. At least we didn't accept the bid. So we put it back out for another 30 days, and it's time to open sealed bids. I know one individual that bid before came in and rebid. Okay, the first one is from Rocky Hill. Salvage. The 75 Ford F600 dump truck, he has bid $550. The 92 Ford Super Duty Jet Rodder, $725. 97 Ford F70 pole digger truck, $650, and 89 Ford 3910 tractor, $575. Second seal bid is surplus vehicles. And David Schenk. Sure. Bid $800 for each vehicle. Which was any of those higher than 800?
No.
So, there you go. Council?
Make a motion to accept the second bid.
I'll second.
Yeah. What's he gonna do? Get him off on property.
Well, I don't want to park in someone's
Sure.
yard. That defeats the purpose.
I don't see David doing that.
I don't either.
I'll
But we need,
second that motion.
Did you already second it?
I did.
Okay.
but we need
Okay,
that.
I just left it.
It's good deal.
Okay, don't make my police chief have to come after you. Okay, so I had a motion by Ernie and a second by Jess to go ahead and sell the 4 remaining vehicles that were noted, the 75 F600, the 92 Super Duty Jet Rodder, the 97 pole digger, and the 89 tractor for a total of $3,200, $800 a piece. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Come get them. Yeah, we've been meaning to have a city auction for years now, and we just never really put it all together, but maybe this spring. Okay. New business. We have employee probation period that ended today. The 90 days is up for Mr. Luke Wilkinson. I have personally heard nothing but very good stuff about him and the work that he does for the city. Digging into a lot of mechanical stuff that had been neglected and overlooked over the years. Just one of those things, but I know how frustrating it is to go and try to get a tool and pick it up and it doesn't work for whatever reason and you thought it was serviceable. And I'm sure contractors do that too. He's finding parts, changing, making things serviceable again, so.
Make a motion to remove Luke from the probationary period.
Second. Go ahead, Betsy.
Okay, I got a motion by Justin and a second by Betsy to bring Luke Wilkinson off probation into permanent status. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So be it. It passes. Cereal malt beverage
Does he
license.
automatically go up a step or something now when he comes off probation?
No, he just will get holiday pay and
Okay. Cereal malt beverage license approval. That should be for anybody selling beer inside the city limits.
yes, so I'll just need a motion to allow, the Chetopa Petro, which is doing business as Carbondale's, and then Beg Petroleum doing business as Jumpstart. So I'll need a motion to renew both of those CMB licenses for 2026.
Make that motion.
Got a motion by Ernie, a second by Justin to approve the CMB licenses for Jumpstart and Carbondale's, whatever those companies were she mentioned. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, library board resignations. You should have got a resignation letter. Did everybody get that? Okay, from Marie Todd.
There's one in the back too.
Excuse me?
There's several signed. There's one in the back too. For Lindsay.
Oh, there's
I
two
was
resignations.
saving paper.
Okay, great, thank you. And thanks for bringing that up. So we have two resignations at the library. From Marie, please accept this letter as a formal notification that I'm resigning from my position as board member on the City Library. I have genuinely valued my time serving the library and working alongside such dedicated individuals. It has been a privilege to support our community's access to resources and programs. Due to unforeseen commitments, I feel it's the right time for me to step down. I want to ensure a smooth transition and am happy to assist in handing over my responsibilities and any ongoing progress. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve. I have immense faith in the board and staff, and I wish the City Library all the best for the future. And secondly, Lindsay Hyatt. Dear Angela and library board members, unfortunately I feel like I'm no longer able to fulfill my obligations as a member of the library board. I've had a fun time helping out with the library activities when I have been able to, and hope to continue to do so in the future. I hope you all understand and are able to find a replacement soon. Thank you for your understanding. Lindsay Latrell. Okay. Two different names. With that being said, we need a motion to accept those resignations, please.
Motion.
Motion by Linda, second by Ernie, to accept the resignations of Lindsay and Marie. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. And then, letter to Mayor and Chetopa City Council. Due to the recent resignations on our board, we would like to request that Marilyn Mayfield, David Bly, and Cheryl Grissom be appointed to fill these vacancies.
I make that motion.
Second.
What was that?
It's not gonna be, I don't know how often we meet.
It's once a month.
We voted on and approved them at our meeting on 8 December. We would appreciate you officially approving them for our library board. So is that a point?
Interesting.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and appoint these three individuals, Marilyn Mayfield, David Bly, Cheryl Christmas, to the library board. Need the council's confirmation, please.
Make a motion.
Got a motion by Ernie, second by Justin. All those in favor? To confirm these three? Opposed? Motion passed. Congratulations to those three. Okay, CDBG funds request. That was on the warrant, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, the SEK RPC invoice was, so that's the sewer project closeout. So that was the last payment that you saw on the warrant for $37.50. But we will get it back through the CDBG funds request, so we have submitted that paper.
So we don't know anything.
No, not at this point.
And next is the SEK RPC invoice.
That's the invoice I'm talking about. We'll get the money back through the CDBG funds request. Those go together, basically.
Okay. That's confusing. Okay, with that said, we need a motion to go into executive session for pending litigation. I need, Shane, is it permissible for you to be an executive on Zoom?
Oh, certainly, this is a private channel, it can't be interrupted.
Okay. I just need Shane on Zoom, the council. And I'll let the clerk sit in on this one too, somebody make that motion.
Make a motion to go into executive session, pending litigation.
Give me 10 minutes, please.
10 minutes.
Okay, I've got a motion by Ernie and a second by Linda to go into executive for pending litigation for 10 minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we're out of executive session. Are there any motions to be made?
Make a motion to give our attorney, Shane, the authority to work with the county attorney on the trash situation.
Got a motion by Betsy to give our city attorney Shane the authorization to converse with the county attorney on the Parsons landfill issue.
Technically, it's the county council, county attorney's a different.
Okay, that's right, sorry. City councilor and the county councilor on the landfill issue that we have going on. Chuck, did you second that?
I did.
Ernie did? Okay, so I got a motion by Betsy and a second by Ernie to give Shane that power. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. And you might wanna get the ball rolling yourself on that. He's looking for a call.
Yeah, I will follow up with Brian, and then when we convene again, we can have another executive session, and I can give you information that I've learned from that. I've also spoke with another city attorney that's associated with this, and his belief is that they're going to just pay their $150,000 in law. Because that's the penalty for a regular contract. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. He indicated to me there's another company that we would probably be able to make a deal with all the cities, but I haven't had that conversation with the county councilor. That's just another different city attorney in our county.
Okay. And we'll discuss further next time when you get more info in executive.
Right.
Okay. So now I need to go into executive session for non-elected personnel for 5 minutes, please.
Make a motion to go into executive session to discuss non-elected personnel for 5 minutes.
And all I need is counsel and Shane, please.
For 5 minutes?
Council and Shane.
I got a motion by Ernie,
Second.
second by Linda, to go into executive for non-elected personnel for 5 minutes with the council and myself and the city attorney. No, we're done. I just wanted to finish that thought with you. Okay, we're back in regular session. Is there any motions to be made?
I make a motion that, coming after the beginning of the year, Luke Wilson will be given the title of shop foreman under Miles, the superintendent.
Okay, I've got a motion by Ernie to nominate and approve Luke Whiplinson as a shop foreman come January 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second by Chuck. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And no, there's no pay raise included at this point. Motion passes. With that, I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's been a different year for me as well as you, and I'm sure a lot of changes, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we're rebuilding. We've got a great police department going on now. We've got an office full of dedicated ladies that are there to do the best they can. And the water plant had their share of work this year, but they all pulled together. So I'm very happy with that and the success we've had in this next year. Though we've got some big issues that we need to deal with, and the council knows what they are, electric wise, and we've got some tree trimming to do, etc. So I wish you all and your families a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. And if there's anything that I can do for you over
Do you wrap presents?
I do, and I'm very, very good at it.
Everything in my house has to be wrapped.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, so I have a motion by Linda and a second by Ernie to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Until next year.